Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F2 Mighty mod, episode number 4 out of 5 for this mini-series as of course we prepare countdown to the F1, the release of F1 2020, which is a week tomorrow. So yeah, episode 5 already started editing that. There will be a little thing at the end of this episode, but you may be wondering why the email system has slightly changed. It's because my game has decided to take this at this particular time of year to screw up my career mode saves, and so it's not working. So I got a new email system which will be in place for this episode and the final episode, and then obviously we'll be using whatever's in game from there onwards with a bit of modding, hopefully. But yes, hopefully that's the only time that we have technical issues on this mod. All the other episodes, this and the other episodes, are recording. This is the third to last video of F1 2019 on this channel. So, but yes, let's get into qualifying in Germany, a track that I tend to do well at. Into qualifying we go. I forgot to mention that it's going to be raining for the feature race, but we've gone for a dry setup. Hopefully we don't lose too many positions. We're actually P14. We're going to come back into P6 through that corner. It was almost up to P3 or P4. Now we open the tap as P9. I'm running a bit more wing than probably what the AI are doing. But we'll make it up through the stadium section as long as we keep it clean and don't make a mistake. See P9, P8 as the AI had to break early into the hairpin. We're up into P3, almost into P2, taking the lead. That would be a nice extension into, I think, back down to P3. This could be crucial. We don't want our rivals going there as we come through now into the stadium section. Or we don't want to clip the curb there too much, but got away with it. No, we haven't got away with it there. We clipped the grass. We've lost 5 positions there. We've gone wide there again. Back up to P7 though. What can we do now as we go into this proper part of the stadium section? Up to P7 and oh no, we don't want to get Corona down to P9, up down to P10. So this is not going to be a good start. We need better than this. Otherwise, we're just going to be dropping like a ton of flies during the race. It's good. What's it going to be? It's going to be P9. Well, that could have been better. I mean, we've been outqualified by our teammate as well. But that should have been a lot better from us. Nick De Vries as well. And Tessa Camara, those two are going to be fighting it out for the race when we don't want them to get in the way. But anyway, let's move. We've got to get this over. Let's move now for the race, for the monsoon that is incumbent at Hockenheim. It's time for the feature race.
Iconic circuit is the location for today's Formula 2 action as we get ready for another thrilling race at the world-famous Hockenheim Ring in the heart of the Rhine Valley. Hockenheim Ring hosts today's race then, a 2.8 mile circuit with 17 corners. The track normally gives the drivers plenty of opportunities to reach high speeds with its 5 rapid stretches. But with wet conditions on the track today, I wouldn't hold out for the speeds we've come to expect from this circuit. Drivers will need to play it carefully, especially when it comes to those tight hairpins. In the commentary box for the big race today, I'm Alex Jakes, and joining me once again, it's Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as well as being the 2012 GP2 champion, you also have experience. With that then, let's run through.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Yes, looks like it might dry up, but of course there is no intermediate tyres in Formula 2, there's only wet tyres, so we're going to up the front wing aero to 7. If I did any more then it would be horrific, but that's hopefully going to give us some more stability as we get 5 red lights and the Titanic is underway. And as usual in this series, it's been an absolutely dreadful start Can we make it around this outside of our teammate? No, he's going to give us absolutely no room whatsoever. I mean, somehow I've managed to retain P9. I really don't understand that, as we can have a look around the primers. No, we've gone absolutely off into Narnia and back from that corner. Somehow I've made an overtake, I don't know how, on our teammate. We've gone on the grass there. Let's move up now onto there. It's Louis Delatraz as well who's coming there, and we just got to brake early because we cannot afford to be losing a front wing in weather like this, otherwise it will be catastrophic. You can see there's yellow flags out, and really you could arguably say this should be red flagged, delayed or whatever, but moving to lap 2 we're sort of having a bad time of it. Understeering absolutely everywhere into Narnia. Input lag is part to do with that, because of course I'm on a pad, so I've only got so much rotation, but even that, this is just not fun to race with at all. As we look at Nikita Mazepan, who's tried to take the Tridents and thought he should go off track. I don't know what Mazepan was doing, as we've got more understeer. That allows our teammate to go, and we're just hemorrhaging positions, and this is really, well, we're going to have a look down. No, that's nothing to be doing there. It's going to allow the Campos to do that. We should have we should have left it off, and that's going to understeer wide. I'm turning in, but the cars, it's just not, these are just atrocious conditions. If this was real life, it'd be borderline whether they were saying either safety car or red flag. Because there's it would be nice if they could encode this into the game as well. But all of a sudden on lap 6 we start coming back into this race. We're already carding actually one of the, I think that's one of the Trident cars. We're at the back with Raganathan and Tat Calderon and the Lacey. As we look at Antoine Hubert, well, he'll be joining us at the back for the next race, because he's out of the race with an engine failure. There's a lot of engine failures, and I don't know why. I haven't coded the engine failures at all. Down the inside of, I think that's the Lacey, and up into P12. And moving to lap 9, it's a time for our one and only pit stop. Well, you say that, we might try and gamble if we get bored. Move on to a set of soft tyres towards the end of the race, but we'll have to wait and see as we come into the pits. This has been a horrific day. Nobody wants to be out here. I'm pretty sure the paint's going to run off those helmets. 5.6, not bad. We did get held a little bit there, but nonetheless that's one of the better stops we've had so far in Formula 2. Obviously there's half the pit crew obviously will be employing some more for Formula 1. Of course, first we got to win the championship as we come out behind a Lacey again, which is annoying, and as somebody's crashed out on the pit straight. But we're going to go side by side with the Frenchman. We're just going to push him off circuit. I mean, we might as well barricade him into there. We're going to take our normal way. You can see it start to the rain is easing off. You can see a Lacey does come back. We come back at a Lacey though, through there, and we just push him right to the end, which allows him to no room, and we understeer for good measure back up into P12. Now, Jeff said it was time for, it was the crossover period. I don't know, because I can't tell if DRS is enabled, because I have to turn things off due to the fact the language file is not moddable in there. So I thought to gamble it. I know it's a bit raining, but this game is one and only games where if you you can get away with running slicks in the wet, but unfortunately it was disastrous. It was a gamble, and it was complete and utter rubbish. So we didn't do anything and had to retire from the race. Nick de Vries as well has taken maximum points to close the gap. Sergio Seta Camara as well in second place. Louis Delatraz down in the 7th. So it's going to be, yeah. Vries and Camara, well, I don't think we'll be leading the World Championship anymore, but we'll have to wait and see what we can do now. From 19th on the grid, it's time for the sprint race from Hockenheim.
We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remain calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive, and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Okay, it's time to see what we can do. We've got 7 laps and we need to make up 11 places. I don't think we're going to be able to do this, but lights out away we go. We've had an atrocious start as usual. As we go into turn 1, can we get it out of the way? Oh, so one of the Cheruzzi's got blocked out there. As we now have a look at Huber into, what's this turn? I don't even know. Try to get the other Trident, which I can't remember. One of them is Lacey, and I forget who the other one is. So down the inside of the other Trident and up into P16. And now we need to make an uprise. We've made four positions up. Can we make another one up here, up the inside of a Lacey and up into P15? So we're making some good ground. Next up is Callum Ilott. He tries to turn in on us, but we're going to squeeze him to the end and aggress it. Moving to lap 3 now. We're already looking at our teammate though. He's caused us front wing damage there, and that could be it in our turn for points. And it was actually, because with that contact with our teammate, who should have got the order, Guan Yu, move out of the way. But nevertheless, it's going to have to be P13, and you can see that we were so slow in the end. It was disaster, absolute disaster, is what it is for this weekend. No points scored whatsoever. Mick Schumacher, he's at the front winning races again. Latifi, on the plus side, De Vries and Camara didn't get too many points in the sprint race, but still. And even Tatiana Calderon was 0.2 a lap faster than us when she moved away. And in terms of it gets worse, because in terms of the drivers' championship, we're now no longer in first place. We're down to second. Seta Camara's up to first. I'm going to count Delatraz out now for the final race. Louis done his best, but I think 4th place is all he's going to manage. He's a little bit too far behind. De Vries, though, is well in way, especially if he gets pole in Brazil. That'll probably set him up quite nicely, really. But we'll have to wait and see. If it's a dry race at Brazil, we should go well. If wet, then we're screwed. We've also dropped down to second in the Teams Championship, thanks to Dams getting a double point score and us getting absolutely nothing. We'll need Guan Yu for his final race. We're not going to fire him. We don't have the money to get rid of him just yet. But let's just say I won't be employing him in Formula 1. We'll be looking for opportunities elsewhere. Should we get the promotion? But yes, that's going to be it for this episode of the F2 My Team mod. It's been an absolute disaster. in terms of the championship, in terms of the racing, in terms of being able to do anything with it, thanks to our teammate knocking our front wing off and the weather in the feature race being absolutely miserable. But if you have enjoyed the misery, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you see more episodes of the Mighty Mod. There is one left of the F2, and then of course there'll be a little break before the F1. The email system in next episode's race, you'll need to hang on to the end, because there will be a little bit of a leader of how this series links to the F1 mod in there. But yes, until the next video, take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.